Hello, so I just want to quickly go through on some of the source-based skills you will need to know for tomorrow in your exam. First, cartoons. When you see cartoons, note down, write in the evidence who are the characters you see, what are the expressions, actions, any exaggeration that you see, why they use such exaggerations, captions or text and what they imply, and the symbols um, and what they mean. So, example, when you're talking about Germany, you will often see his policies against the Jews. So, you look at something like this, which is a propaganda poster. So, in this case, right, they need you to tell me what do you see here. So, look for the words first. So, the words here very obviously means evil Jews over here. That's one thing you can write about. Number two, look at his arm holding coins. What does coins symbolize? But on the other arm, you see a whip, right? So what does this whip symbolize in the context of Hitler's policy against the Jews, right? So who is the main character here? It is the Jews, okay? Next thing you see is this map here with the Soviet symbol, all right? This map actually represents Germany. So we do it one by one. And finally, his expression. Yes. So many things that you can pick out from this picture that you can talk about and explain the symbolism. So first, we'll start with this map here, right? So in this map here is actually a map of Germany with a communist symbol, implying that if it's carried by the Jews, it just means that the Jews want to bring Germany to communism, right? So this is my first inference. Second inference, when I look at the coins here and the whip here, what does it actually imply, right? Money is a symbol of power, right? And the whip is also a symbol of power. So this means that the Jews have a lot of economic money power in Germany, and they are controlling society with their money. So this is the implication why they use a whip, because they are controlling Germany with their money, because the Jews are known during that time. Rumors are spreading that they are rich and they are making the poor people suffer, according to Hitler, not according to truth, of course. So that is how you make your evidence stand out and explain it all, right? Circle everything that you see and tell me what is symbolized. So in this case, the land represents Germany, right? The coin symbolizes that Germany is a slave, economic slave to the Jews who are taking advantage to gain money, right? And then finally, his expression, he looks very contented, he looks very sly looking, right? Implying that the Germans are very content to be masters and they are very cunning. Okay, so this is how you do your analysis of the cartoon or the propaganda picture that you see. Really circle everything and tell me what they symbolize. And your inference, your message will be the overall meaning. Okay, so all these bad things are the details, right? They are sly, they want to bring communism, they are the masters, they have economic power, they want to control people. But what is the main point, right? The main point is just simply they are harmful to German society, right? So short and sweet. How do I know this? Because all these evidences I see lead me to think that they want to do all these bad things to Germany. And so the main message is that they are harmful to German society. Alright, so this is how you should do your thing. So, very quickly, I'm going to talk about inferences and some of the common mistakes that people make. Number one, not answering to the question. If they ask you about the message and you tell me the source tells me that, then you'll get a big fat 0 marks for this because you're not answering the question. Please follow the phrasing, right? Always follow the question phrasing. Number two, wrong words. Okay, inference is tells. When you're doing evidence, say this shows. When you're explaining, say this means. Make it clear that you're starting your inference, you're showing your evidence, and you're showing your explanation with the means. All right. So vague again. The message tells me that Hitler's rule was bad. Now, bad can be interpreted in many ways, and so it is not a clear enough inference, and so this will give you a weak inference of 2 marks. Alright, so how should you do it? like what I said just now, give the overall arcing meaning. The message tells me that Hitler's rule was harmful to the people. Okay. Number 4, message that are lifted from the evidence. Example, if your evidence is Hitler took away freedom of the Germans, and you tell me the message is that Hitler took away freedom of the Germans, you are just lifting. Again, you will get 2 marks or even 1 mark. So please don't lift. Okay, this is the same thing I said just now. Number 5, message are not linked to the bigger issue. The issue is the main question they were asked at the start of the source-based case study. So is Hitler's rules beneficial? And the message you say there was high censorship. Again, this nothing to do with Hitler, nothing to do with whether his rule is beneficial or not. So this is a very weak message. So same thing, your message should link to the bigger issue. That Hitler's rule is harmful to the people. Number 6, evidence does not match with your message. If this is your message, Hitler's rule was harmful to the people, but yet in your evidence you quote that the SS guards were inspired by Hitler. Now there's no hint of this thing called harmfulness at all. In inspired by Hitler does not mean it's harmful. So this is called invalid evidence. Your evidence is not showing your inference very clearly. Alternatively, you should do something like this. Hitler's SS guards carry out many killings. Now I can see the word Hitler match with this Hitler. And finally, carry out many killings of Jews actually matches with the notion of it being harmful to the people. So give me clear evidence and not just any how write your evidence. Okay. Finally, explanation. Okay. Don't repeat your message or inference. Okay. If you say this means Hitler's rule is harmful, you're just repeating the inference. Not enough. It's not enough. Or you say this means that Hitler is a bad leader. It is too vague. Right? Be very clear. Close all the gaps. Right? They killed many Jews. What does this mean? This means that there was an atmosphere. It created an atmosphere of fear, tension, and suspicion among people. It disrupted the lives of many people, right? Because now they may be killed at any instant. So life was disrupted. And hence, because life is disrupted, it is harmful. So we see you must close the gaps. Close all the gaps. That will help you to answer your question well and get the full marks for your inference question. Alright. So that is it for inference.